My online boyfriend is School Heartthrob, Part 2.
I smiled at her, not bothering to argue. A person carrying a Chanel bag for 3 years without changing it is acting rich here? Mocking me for being poor was fine, because, in reality, she wasn't that wealthy either. But arguing in the middle of class was truly embarrassing. I didn't want to continue. It seemed my silence gave her more confidence. She continued, and this sentence made me abandon any thought of reconciliation. Everyone knows your mom comes to pick you up every day. Isn't it because you don't have a father? My heart tightened. I immediately stood up and slapped her. The sound of the slap echoed through the class. Everyone heard it clearly. The pain of losing a loved one is something you can get used to over time, but only as long as it isn't heartlessly torn open by others, evoking a pain that reaches the very bone. My father was a firefighter. And as for my mother, she was a woman who loved beauty. A serious firefighter like my father was brought down by my mother's gentleness. The day the factory had an accident, my father went on duty. Later, I learned the factory owner hadn't disclosed that there were flammable and explosive materials inside. That day, no designer item could hide the tear tracks on my mother's face. It was the first time I saw her cry so tragically. "You dare hit me?" Edith Thoreau was furious and about to rush me. I didn't back down. If she spoke about my father, she had to learn a lesson. Suddenly, I felt a warm hand grip my wrist. Then, I was pulled out by an irresistible force. I was facing Cole Ali's frowning face. A girl getting into fights. How can you teach my brother well? I huffed and shook off his hand. So what? What does me fighting have to do with teaching your brother? He looked at me as if I'd get a beating if I said another word. Luckily, Edith Thoreau lost interest in fighting when she saw Cole Ali arrive. She slunk back to her seat like a cornered rat. By lunch break, my stomach was growling. I turned back to look at Cole Ali's seat, but he had long since disappeared. "What?" he said. "We'd go together." I disappointed gathered my things, but noticed a very unfriendly gaze on me. Edith Thoreau again. She was like a leech. My best friend also realized the situation was bad. Edith Thoreau's friends weren't leaving either. This situation didn't look good for us. Actually, it just didn't look good for me. After all, my friend's mom was coming to get her, while my mom was still in the hospital flirting with a doctor. "Amira Flores, are you planning to die in class?" I turned to face Cole Ali's impatient eyes. Luckily, he appeared just in time, saving me from a losing battle. "Little H, you finally arrived. Come in and eat. The food is getting cold." For some reason, as a tutor, I felt his mother was a bit too enthusiastic. Maisie Ali was also overjoyed to see me. It seemed that aside from Cole Ali, the whole family was very fond of me. During the meal, Cole Ali's mother suddenly spoke up. "Little Amira, I intend to pay you double. I just need you to come teach Maisie for both lunch and dinner." "No need, ma'am." Why the sudden raise? She seemed to notice my confusion and explained, "Don't be shy about accepting it. Maisie is very picky. Many teachers have given up. It's rare to find someone as suitable as you. And the second reason? Yesterday you said your mother was sick, right? I understand. Perhaps you need the money more." Hearing this explanation, I was truly moved. The second reason was likely the main one. She thought I was struggling because my mom was in the hospital. Once again, being misunderstood. Refusing someone's kindness is always harder than accepting it. Well, if it's a raise, it's a raise. I won't refuse anymore. Since there were no classes in the afternoon, I'd probably be here all day. "Sis, do you know how to play games? Are you kidding me? Me not know how to play games? Haha, who are you looking down on? Ever heard of Mobile Legends?" Maisie Ali's eyes lit up. "Can you carry me for a few matches? I'm trying to rank up. Since I was here all day anyway, a few matches wouldn't hurt. Let's go. Log in." I played one match without breaking a sweat. "Wow, you're so good. Good at studying, good at games, and pretty too." I was beaming with the praise. "Come on, one more." A ringtone interrupted me. My mother's name appeared on the screen. My mother actually called me first. "Hello, Amira. I forgot a document at home. Are you free? Can you bring it to me?" As expected, nothing good ever happens. "All right, wait a bit. Good heavens, I just got a raise." "Ma'am, I'm so sorry. My mother's condition worsened. I have to go right away." "Do you need Cole Ali to take you?" "No need, ma'am. I turned to walk out. Maisie Ali smiled brightly at Cole Ali. Bro, sis Amira is better at games than you. Cole Ali glanced at his brother. Show me her match history. Maisie Ali held the phone in front of his brother. A Mobile Legends match with 13 kills and 0 deaths. But what caught Cole Ali's attention wasn't the stats, but my ID. I am University A's Bell. Cole Ali looked at his own in-game name. I am University A's Heartthrob. This was the name he and his online girlfriend had spent a lot of time coming up with. Cole Ali's hand tightened, knuckles cracking. He had finally found her. When I finally struggled to the hospital gate, I saw a familiar figure from afar. Etta Thoreau. It really was a small world for enemies. Without her entourage, I didn't care about her. However, I chose to ignore her. But as I passed her, that shrill voice rang out right on cue, not disappointing me at all. Oh my, isn't your mom sick? God really has eyes. How much filth is in your mouth? Since we're outside, I don't want to make a scene. What? Your dad isn't sick? Then why run to the hospital? She held her head high and said, My dad isn't sick. He's here to discuss business. Oh, please, discussing business at a hospital? First time I've heard that. I didn't want to waste more words and went straight to the room. My mother was chatting with a very polite man in a suit. I knocked. Mom, I brought the document. Their conversation seemed to be ending. All right, Mr. Thoreau. If the conditions are agreed upon, let's sign the contract. Very well. The polite man signed decisively. Mom, I'm telling you, I almost got into a fight at school today. To my surprise, my mother stopped signing and started scolding me. Usually it's fine, but why fight? Do you know how dangerous it is? She said our family was poor, and I was fine with that. But she mentioned Dad. I couldn't take it. I noticed my mother tremble slightly. Oops, I slipped up. I shouldn't have mentioned that in front of her. Who was it? My mother's voice was calm, but I knew she was angry. The man comforted her. Kids these days really don't understand things. Anyway, CEO Lou, let's finish the paperwork. Dad, why are you taking so long? We all turned toward the door. It was Etta Thoreau. CEO Thoreau, discussing business. Good heavens. This man was Etta Thoreau's father? Etta Thoreau's eyes were wide with shock. I turned to look at my mother and pointed at the door. Mom, it's her. I didn't expect the day I'd actually tell on someone like this. Sure enough, people always end up being what they once hated, but I must admit this feeling was great. The man's face immediately became unsightly, as if he didn't know how to handle it. My mother didn't say much. She just put the pen down on the table. Mr. Thoreau, I think this contract needs reconsidering. It doesn't seem quite right. Let's discuss it another day. The corners of his mouth twitched as he forced a smile that looked worse than crying. Don't be like that, Sister Lou. Everything on our side is ready. My mother remained silent. Etta Thoreau, come here now. The man was shaking with rage. Etta Thoreau had no choice. She looked at her father with fear and walked in with trembling steps. Slap! The sound of the slap was clear. Within 5 seconds, a handprint appeared on her face. How can you be so mindless? How many times have I told you not to bully your classmates? Etta Thoreau's tears fell, but she didn't dare utter a sound. My mother just watched coldly, not intending to intervene. As for me, I was actually a bit gloating. Really, the feeling of being the bad guy was quite interesting. The man turned to look at my mother. Is that enough, Sister Lou? My daughter is wrong. I will teach her properly. The children's conflicts at school should be resolved at school. Hearing that, he saw a glimmer of hope. Of course, tomorrow I'll have my daughter apologize to little Amira at school, okay? The man looked toward me. As a gentle person, I naturally didn't want to drag things out, so I just gave a slight nod. All right then, Mr. Thoreau. We'll sign the contract tomorrow. No problem. None at all. None at all. He hurried out, dragging his daughter along. Watching them leave, I immediately hugged my mother. Mom, you're the best. Truly my mother. Don't worry. No matter what, I won't let you be bullied. Just then, a man walked in. The doctor my mother liked. Seeing the two of us hugging, he was a bit surprised. Who is this? Your daughter? My mother pushed me away without mercy. No, she is my niece. On the way home in a taxi, I opened Cole Ali's messages. Since I had switched to silent mode, He had been texting nonstop. The most recent message was from 5 minutes ago. Wifey, if I find you using my own abilities, can we hug and kiss? Hug and kiss? I'm right in front of you, and you don't even realize it. Where exactly are these abilities coming from? Fine, whatever. If you can actually do it, then we'll talk. Okay, just you wait. When I arrived at Cole Ali's house, his mother immediately asked, "How is it? How is your mother?" I really wanted to say I didn't have a mother anymore. I'd become my mother's niece, so what mother was left? She's all right, but her mental state is a bit troubled. Mental instability? That's quite hard to treat. Cole Ali, who was sitting on the sofa with his legs crossed comfortably, suddenly stood up and said, "Come to my room." Huh? What's the meaning of this? Cole Ali completely ignored my suspicious look and walked straight up to the second floor. Good heavens, should I follow him? Sis, you're back? I have a problem I don't understand. Come over and help me. Maisie Ali called me from his doorway. I looked up at the second floor. Despite some hesitation, I ultimately walked toward Maisie Ali. After all, tutoring was my primary job, and besides, I felt that every time Cole Ali looked for me, nothing good ever happened. Which problem don't you understand? This whole chapter on magnetic fields and electromagnetic induction. Explaining this might take until next year. Cole Ali pushed the door open and entered. I turned and immediately locked eyes with him. His expression was unhappy, looking as though he were frustrated about something. I told you to come to my room. Why did you run over here? I rolled my eyes so hard the whites almost stayed there. Please, teaching is my job. Come to my room first, you can teach him later. Having said that, he lunged forward, grabbed my hand, and pulled me out of the room. Let go of Sis Amira. Maisie Ali rushed over and grabbed my other hand, trying to keep Cole Ali from pulling me away. I stood between them, speechless. What is this? They're pulling me back and forth like they want to rip me in half. I know you don't like Sis Amira, but Maisie Ali looked at Cole Ali with a pitiful expression. Hey, is that polite? I knew Cole Ali didn't like me, but saying it bluntly to my face like this was a bit embarrassing. Cole Ali looked at his younger brother, his eyes full of annoyance. What do you know? Let go now. Maisie Ali shook his head, refusing to let go. Don't touch her hand. Do you hear me? Oh boy, are these two brothers gonna fight? Cole Ali, Maisie Ali, what kind of chaos are you two trying to start here? His mother pushed the door open, pulling Cole Ali to one side. Seeing his mother, Maisie Ali immediately utilized his whining skills to his advantage. Mom, Big Brother is stopping me from studying, and he was planning to bully Sis Amira too. This acting performance deserved a Best Actor award. But come to think of it, what Maisie Ali said wasn't far from the truth. His mother's suspicious gaze shifted to me. Don't look at me. I can't afford to offend either side. Perhaps she misinterpreted my silence as Cole Ali forcing me. She grabbed Cole Ali by the ear and dragged him out of the room. How many times have I told you? Don't disturb your brother studying, and don't make Amira angry. Get out now. Mom, will you listen to my explanation? Let me go first. Before leaving, his mother turned back and smiled at me. It's fine. You two continue studying. I'm gonna go discipline him. The door closed, and without Cole Ali, the atmosphere in the room lightened significantly. Sis H, let's continue. I nodded. I truly hadn't misjudged him. Maisie Ali's intelligence was genuinely worthy of recognition. Magnetic fields and electromagnetic induction are perhaps among the most difficult topics in high school. But for me, I only needed to explain the key concepts he didn't understand and then demonstrate two problems. For the rest of the workbook and reference materials, he could handle them himself. Maisie Ali looked at me after every step. Upon receiving my nod of approval, he was overjoyed. It's done, Sis Amira. I understand everything we studied today. Are there any other subjects to learn? He shook his head and packed his books into his bag. This counted as studying ahead, and it felt pretty good. I looked at the clock. 2 hours had passed, and during that time, Cole Ali hadn't bothered us once. It seemed his mother was indeed very effective at handling things. What should I do with the remaining time? Today was the weekend. I had elective classes in the morning and was completely free in the afternoon. I don't know if my best friend heard the cry for help in my mind, but a message arrived right then. Amira, come over here, there's something really interesting happening. Immediately after, a location was sent, a karaoke bar, including the room number. What's so interesting? I waited 5 minutes and still didn't see a reply. Knowing her personality, she was probably infatuated with some handsome guy again. Karaoke on a Sunday afternoon? Who's free to go singing at this hour? Normally, I have no interest in such places, but since Maisie Ali was finished studying and no one was home, I was free. Wait up, I'm coming. Maisie Ali waved goodbye longingly. As I left, I saw no sign of Cole Ali. Had his mother dragged him away for processing? That was fine. He'd never given me a friendly look anyway. If I left early and he found out, he'd probably fire me. I drove to the karaoke bar, found the room my friend sent, and pushed the door open. The moment the door opened, I felt something was wrong. There was no music in the room, nor the sound of laughter. When I saw the situation inside clearly, I immediately turned to run back out. In the room were none other than Etta Thoreau and 3 or 4 tattooed men. And my best friend? She was cowering at the edge of the sofa, head in her hands, her phone thrown on the table. This was clearly a trap. I turned silently, preparing to escape first. But right at the door, a blonde guy with earrings was already blocking the way. It was over. I tried to appear calm as I looked at Etta Thoreau, keeping my composure. What are you planning to do? If you dare touch me, I guarantee you and your father won't have peace when I get home. Etta Thoreau toyed with her phone as she approached me, pointing to the handprint on her face. See this? This handprint. Since I was little, my father has never hit me. This is all because of a bitch like you and your damn mother. She raised her phone, pointing it at my face with a challenging smile. You're rich, right? A young miss? Planning to run back to your parents to make my father and me miserable? She handed the phone to a tattooed man standing nearby. He pointed to the blonde guy at the door. Hold her hands tight. The blonde guy walked over with a lewd smile and gripped my hands firmly. Get away! Get away from me, you bastard! I struggled with all my might, but the strength difference was too vast. He held both my hands with one of his, while his other hand began fumbling around. Shut your mouth. I'll deal with you in a moment. The blonde guy turned more compliant, holding my head straight toward Etta Thoreau. My eyes were red as I glared at her. What are you looking at? You deserve to die. She raised her hand. I felt a gust of wind. My ears rang and my face burned as if on fire. The slap was so strong that even though my head was held tight, it was knocked to the side. At that moment, I felt my neck crack and a warm liquid began flowing from my nose. Straighten her head for me. The blonde guy complied, and then slap, slap, slap. 3 more slaps followed. My mind began to grow hazy. Stop hitting Amira, you bastards. Hit me if you're so brave. My best friend stumbled up, intending to stop them, but was blocked by a tattooed man. Etta Thoreau looked down at her hand. It seemed my nosebleed had gotten on it. She finally stopped. So filthy. Why act so saintly all the time? She took a tissue from a tattooed man, wiped her hand casually, and took the phone back. She waved her hand, and the men broke into disgusting smiles. Get closer to me. All right, I vented my anger. Now it's your turn to enjoy yourselves. The blonde guy rubbed his hands with a morbid smile. Just look at these legs, so long and white. Let go, don't touch me. My hands were held tight. I used all my strength to shove the tattooed man's hand away. Ooh, quite the personality, huh? The blonde guy held my hands tight while the others cleared the table and pinned down both my arms and legs. I glanced at Etta Thoreau and saw her excitedly filming from a corner of the room. If you dare say a word about this, I'll post this video to the school group immediately. Looking at Etta Thoreau's hateful face, I ground my teeth. Damn you, if I get the chance, I will definitely kill you. I used every ounce of strength to struggle, refusing to let them touch me, which resulted in 2 punches to my face that knocked me unconscious. When I woke up, my head felt like it was being hit by a sledgehammer. Reflexively, I raised my hand to shield my eyes from the blinding light. After a few seconds of confusion, I remembered what happened before I fainted and sat bolt upright. I looked down at my clothes. They were still intact. Only then did I notice my surroundings. I was in a hospital. You're awake? I turned my head. It was Cole Ali. Why was he here too? His voice was a bit groggy, likely having just been woken by me, and he sounded slightly annoyed. Why am I in the hospital? What happened yesterday? I spoke incoherently. desperate to know what occurred after I blacked out. Nothing happened to you yesterday. After all, I was the one who rescued you. Cole Ali proudly patted his chest with his left hand. Only then did I notice his right hand was in a cast. What happened to your arm? I already told you it's because I rescued you. I picked up a mirror. There were still bruises on my face, some having turned purple. It was over. My beauty was ruined. Cole Ali, are you sure those people really didn't do anything to me? Cole Ali looked at me seriously and then suddenly burst out laughing. Do something to you? Or would you rather hear what they did to me first? He intentionally shook his casted arm. Rest assured, I got you out in one piece. It's just a shame it'll be hard for me to eat now. Suddenly, I felt something was wrong. If something happened to me, where was my mother? Was she still busy flirting with the doctor? Cole Ali, where is my mother? He looked at me and answered cryptically. Oh, she has some business. And that Etta Thoreau? I must deal with her. I prepared to step off the bed, but Cole Ali stopped me. No need. Etta Thoreau has already been sent to a detention center. My mother is handling it. Hearing that result, the anger in my heart eased slightly. The school had expelled her, but that wasn't very important. Her mental state now was also unstable. What happened to her? Cole Ali glanced at me, but remained silent. Because of what happened to me, his mother canceled the contract with Etta Thoreau's father. Originally, he was the one who sought the partnership, and the contract itself was full of coercive clauses. In the end, because of this incident, his mother was furious and his capital chain was cut. Last night, Etta Thoreau's father committed suicide by jumping off a building. That's why she became unstable.